All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking that TGL Season 2 debut going up against the NFL here on Week 17. They're trying to make the golf offseason a little bit more interesting, and to be honest with you, I don't think it'll ever catch on. I can't really get down with it. If I didn't have Golf Balling, the company, I probably would not watch it. You know, if I gave it one try and I saw what I see, whether it's season 1 or season 2, to be honest with you, I probably just wouldn't really watch it. I do commend golf trying to do something in the off season, and I hate making videos like this because it's always so negative. I just don't like simulator golf. I don't really even love playing simulator golf, so why would I want to watch simulator golf? It's not the best situation. I threw out a couple of tweets, and this is basically my opinion, where, you know, golf, one of the things that makes golf is being outside. I'm playing golf tomorrow morning, Monday morning at like 8:04 a.m. I can't wait. It's going to be cold. I live here in Florida. I don't care. Northerners are probably pissed off right now. I am excited to golf. I'm excited to play the course. I'm excited to smell the air, feel the wind, use all of my senses, and that's one of the reasons why I love the game of golf. And you don't get that in the TGL because you're hitting it onto a simulator. Now, I do think the stadium, the arena, SoFi, whatever it's called, I think it's really cool. It's really unique. I saw ticket prices were like $370, $400-ish to go to this, which I do think would actually be a pretty fun experience. But you see like golf writers, or, you know, not even influencers, but like you see golf writers and even they can't get down with this, man. SVP Scott Van Pelt, he's like the ESPN guy because the TGL is an ESPN thing. And before the match started, you know, he's sitting here and he's giving us the storylines and he's going through all the 6 teams or however many there are. And he's trying to build it up and he's trying and he's trying. And I just don't really care. Now, there's a couple of good sides to the TGL. First off, I'm curious what the announcers are going to be like moving forward. Marty Smith, I think he forgot Chris Gotterup's name. I don't think he knew Chris Gotterup's name. I would ideally like the TGL main broadcaster to be somebody in golf, whether it's a former tour player, whether it's an announcer. I just don't think the announcing's the best. But the good news is with the TGL is they've implemented some fun holes. And so you're watching from your couch or wherever you're watching this, and you're watching golfers hit onto a screen. And it's not that interesting just as a concept in general. But they implemented this stinger hole. It's the Tiger Woods ode, I believe is what they said. I think his name's Pisa. The course architect, or the whole architect, was Pisa. I thought of it's Pisa's Pisa. And it's a cool stinger hole. And it's got this like canyon arc, and you've got to hit a stinger, the Tiger Woods stinger. And Xander really suffered. His whole team, New York, I feel like really suffered on that hole. That's interesting. All right, that's going to be stuff that's on Twitter. That's going to be stuff that's on Instagram. That's going to be stuff that's on YouTube. That's pretty brandable or marketable, I should say. But there's like Liberty Golf or Liberty National holes on there. It's just sim golf, man. I used to even have a sim membership. It was pretty solid. It was like 180-ish bucks before taxes. Very private community. There was nobody in there. You just like buzz, you know, say allow access. The door opens for you. Very secluded, very private. I was a little too far away from me. There's numerous golf ranges outside available, so I decided to not extend my membership. But even like going on like a Wednesday afternoon at 10 a.m. to the sim and playing some of the courses they have, Oakmont, Marion, etc., etc. I mean, you can only do it so much. What I even more prefer on the sim is just seeing my yardages and my club path and just all that kind of data, golf nerd stuff. Oops, sorry. And that's what I prefer. And, you know, Chris Gotterup and Corey Connors and, you know, Billy Horschel had a really nice putt to win. The ending was actually pretty interesting, but I pretty much summarized it. I'll throw you some of these tweets I said. I compared it to Shohei Ohtani or any type of baseball. because I'm watching this with my girl and she hates when TGL is on. And it's on like twice a week for the next couple of months. And last year, she hated when TGL was on, and I can't even blame you. I wasn't too thrilled either. Um, and she was like we're watching a little bit of the season two. She caught a little bit, and she's like, I don't really understand this. Like, imagine if they did this in baseball. And I linked it. I was like, imagine if Shohei Ohtani was in a batting cage with a screen behind the batting cage thing, and he was hitting baseballs, and they were like trying to simulate a baseball game. It doesn't work. NFL, you've got Tom Brady trying to simulate an NFL game and throw balls into a screen. It doesn't really work. The putting green's pretty cool. The rotating green, the short game area is pretty interesting. You don't really see personalities shine too much because it's golf, and your personalities are like Billy Horschel, and he's an interesting personality, and he seems like a really, really cool guy. Justin Thomas would be another personality, and it's just like, I would prefer if they would move the TGL from 2 hours a couple of times a week to like, and 15 holes. I would prefer maybe like 9 holes, one-on-one matches, get rid of teams. I don't think teams other than the Ryder Cup can really ever be done in golf. I've made way too many negative rambling videos talking about why golf teams will just never work. Look at Live. Name me a Live team and all their members. I mean, name me a Live team from 2 years ago, their whole members. I mean, I'm a Packers fan. I could tell you most of the Packers roster from the last year Aaron Rodgers played. But I get it. Maybe, teams take a while to add on. They were starting the broadcast today, and they were showing betting odds for the TGL Cup. And it's like an hour before we learn Patrick Cantley and Lucas Glover aren't even playing, and they're filling in Corey Connors and Chris Gotterup. And you're supposed to sit here and bet on who's going to win the TGL. I think Boston's favored. I'll try and name you Boston's team off the top of my head. Rory McIlroy, Shane Lowry. That's it. That's all I can name. And I watch 90% of TGL. So it's just not entertaining. It's not very fun. It needs to be out in the elements. It is a pretty decent effort. The holes, the only way the TGL, I think, will succeed as far as their current state is making all of the golf holes similar to the Stinger hole, where it's just a really fun design. It's really difficult. It's really unique. And I think that's the draw. You're watching 15 holes of simulator golf in 2 hours. I can't really picture more than 3 or 4 holes that I saw. And that's an issue. You play Augusta, I can tell you, we all can tell you all 18 holes on Augusta. We could walk through it right now. So I think they need to make the holes way more interesting. I like the pace of play. The hammers are unique. They're still a little confusing for your average Joe, I would say, but maybe that just needs a little bit more to catch on. I'm trying to see if I had any other talking points, but they've just got to make these holes more interesting, because if they're not, it's just simulator golf and there's a cap for it. It's similar to me with matches where it's like, you could have a $10 million one-on-one Tiger Woods versus Phil Mickelson at any golf course you want. And maybe the first time it'll be interesting, like the first match, Phil and Tiger at Shadow, pretty decent. I remember it. Couldn't tell you a single other match. So, I don't know. If I had to guess, I don't think TGL will be lasting too long. It's an interesting concept. But at the end of the day, it's just not the best. So that's really it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for more videos, and let me know your thoughts on the TGL down below. Peace.